Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Not a game. We talking about practice.
We thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Decide a different need. I'm coming. I'm flat out coming.
It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I am your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. Got a lot to talk about tonight, but first, we got the NBA Finals to talk about. We got some MLB to talk about, but let me go ahead and bring everybody in. First, he is my co-host. He has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. Let me run, man. 7. What's going on, bro?
Man, I don't know.
Nemesis applications?
Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, what's a guy supposed to do when his nemesis just up and retires like an asshole? He worked as an asshole. He called balls and strikes like an asshole. And now he fucking retires like an asshole.
You have no one to make.
What am I supposed to do? I need a nemesis now. What am I supposed to do? Hate the Phillies? Like, it's Philadelphia. Everybody does that. That's not style.
Oh my goodness. How you been doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing all right. I was getting close to this move. This is probably going to be my last show until after the move. And then I think I might just be peer pressuring to bring in video episodes of First Generation Dad back up. We'll
we can discuss for sure. For sure. Yes. Also, I do want to let you know that I finally took me a minute. I was lazy, but I finally sent off my Rodecaster Pro 2 to be fixed.
About time, bro.
So I can go ahead.
By the time you get it back, they're going to just send you a 3. Is that what you were waiting on?
Listen, don't get me wrong. I love the Duo. The Duo is cool.
A great piece of equipment. I love it.
Great piece of equipment. I'm not down in it at all, but I miss my big boy, man. I miss my big boy.
Somebody's overcompensating, but we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, man. I miss my big boy, man. I gotta have it, man. I gotta have him, even though I'm not using the other 3 mic jacks at all. I still want him, man. I still want him. That's my baby.
It's better to have him and not need him than need him and not have him.
Exactly. I mean, you never know. Andor might roll over to the crib. You know, John might roll over to the crib. We all can get together, podcast. You never know.
Hey, we finally get everything organized. We can do a live show. We may need that so that we have enough for everybody's input.
Yeah, enough for everybody to talk. Oh man. All right. Let me go ahead and bring on this second person. Now, I met this dude doing player versus team. I think he's here. Let me go ahead and bring my man John in. John, what's going on?
Man, I don't know what the hell going on with my camera. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I promise I ain't that damn black.
I was gonna say smile, bro, but I can't be that guy.
I'm not that damn dark.
Oh shit! It's like the old stories of the Xbox Connect back in the day when he used to do that.
Oh God, I
Yeah,
remember.
Xbox Connect used to do that. When
I
you
might
playing,
have to leave back out, bro.
when you playing a fitness game, the screen would just go black. But it's black. So it's like if you smile, you can actually see the people's teeth, and it's like you can see teeth just jumping up and down doing whatever. I'm telling you, man.
Well, that was after they fixed where it actually just wouldn't pick up black people at first. You remember that?
Yo.
First round
That's-
Connect,
I do.
black people couldn't use it.
Gonna use that bitch. That's why they laugh.
Yeah, that's called civil rights era. God damn it, I'll be back.
Oh,
Shit.
Very cool, the video game world. There you go. All right.
We got the racist comments out of the way before Ando got on the show. I think this is a new achievement for us.
I think we beat him to them all. He has nothing to say, but then again, let me shut up because he might come up with something. Let bring my man in from the Geek Gauntlet. Let bring my man in, Ando. Ando, what's up?
The fuck is wrong with you guys? What? You can't be mad.
Oh, it's
You
good to
said
be
the
here,
shit that I
guys.
was
It's good to
thinking.
be
You
here.
said the
Thank you
shit
for
that I was
everybody
thinking.
joining us. We do appreciate it. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Man.
You said what I was thinking, man. But nah, it's good to be here.
Here we go,
Busy
John.
day. Hey, there we go.
There we go,
It's not
John. We
the
got you now, man.
All right,
It
man.
ain't the Xbox Connect no
There we
more.
go.
Oh, we're good to go.
And Xbox Connect no more.
Nope.
God, that thing didn't last. All right, so let's go ahead and
It was horrible.
it was horrible. That thing was
But
trash.
the Connect hated black people as much as Angel Hernandez calling Bright Games, man. He
You know
just did
what?
not like-
You know what? The PS2 Tory, that PS2 Tory camera was better than
I-
the damn Connect.
Yeah.
That was some bullshit. You paid like $100 and some dollars for that damn Connect. And that bitch ain't work. Damn,
Nope.
that's some bullshit.
And it got worse on the Xbox One, man. The Xbox One was way worse than it was on the 360. At least on the 360, it was slightly compatible.
Mhm.
Like Star Wars Connect was fun, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, just all the other games. It was, especially for the Xbox One, it was horrible.
Just trash.
You
Trash.
playing Star Wars Connect on the Connect?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Y'all had
pretty-
lightsabers?
Hell
Yep.
yeah!
Oh,
Between
cool.
that and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, if you can give me a lightsaber, I'm freaking playing games, man.
I
Let's
gotta
go.
say, a big. Speaking of
I don't need no
lightsaber,
game like that. I'd have been in the hospital. I'm dangerous. I got real swords and shit, bro. Like I don't need.
Star Wars VR though, Star Wars
Oh,
VR is the fucking truth. That is so much fun.
Speaking of
Copy
lightsabers,
that.
I gotta say real quick a shout out to my girl Cat Holler. She gave me some good websites to go actually get an actual lightsaber and not pay $500 freaking fucking dollars.
Yep.
I was at an anime convention the other week. They had a whole lot of cool shit. But
Yeah.
I could have with the Anime Augusta, but I
they had one in Raleigh.
Yeah.
So.
I could have with
We
the
had a
Anime
Comic-Con
Augusta.
in, we
I
had a
could-
Comic Con in Des Moines this week with Bulk and Skull both being there.
Oh wow!
Shit. Okay.
I could have went to
Yeah.
AugustaCon, but I got stuck at UPS mailing off my Rodecaster Pro 2.
Fucking
I got
yes.
stuck. I got stuck there for like 2 hours because there were so many people ahead of me. They were so busy that doggone day.
How far is Augusta from you?
Huh?
How far is Augusta from you?
I'm in Augusta.
Oh, okay. You in Augusta?
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm in Augusta. The only thing that made and Road, I gotta say this one more time. Road is great for customer service. Do not get me wrong, but Road, when your shit is broken, do not make people pay shipping to send your broken shit back.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay $43 to send that thing back.
Oh hell no.
$43.
$43, and that's you, and that's the cheapest I can do. UPS ground.
I'm gonna be honest. That better come with like a hand job for $42 fucking dollars, dude. That's like reach around and shit. Nah, bro. Jesus Christ.
Hey, the good thing, hey, you know what? If you're gonna get a hand job, don't get it from UPS, get it from USPS, because the United
Yep.
States Postal Service motto is they're gonna come rain, sleet, or snow.
Yeah.
So that's the best option for it.
Regardless. All right, you guys, let's go ahead. What I want to do first, because I want to dedicate some time to the NBA Finals, because I got a bunch of questions for you guys. Let's go ahead and get into the 7th inning stretch first. We're going to get into baseball, break that down. Then after we break down baseball, we're going to get into the NBA, and then there's some NFL news I want to cover, and then we'll go ahead and get on out of here. I also got a question for Mr. Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to save for later.
Ooh.
I got problems with Stephen A. Smith. So let's go ahead and get this party started with the 7th inning stretch. Here we go.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
Anything is on topic 7 except for my damn Mets. These mother that oh.
You mean the Mets with one of the worst records in baseball and a higher payroll than the Yankees and
you noticed
the
that too.
Dodgers.
You noticed that too.
Those Mets?
Mm-hmm.
Those Mets. We're not going to talk about those Mets. Okay.
No, not those men. No.
All right. Well, the top news in baseball anyway is that my arch nemesis, umpire Angel Hernandez, finally fucking retired. Now, here's the thing. I want to start off this rant. I'm going to start this off objectively in a way that I try to pride myself in being and looking at it from the umpire's perspective. And first of all, being an umpire in Major League Baseball is really fucking hard. You're having to guess the location of a ball that's moving towards you at 90 plus miles an hour for the most part, and you can't flinch. Like if my wife throws something at me from across the room at like a lobby 20 miles an hour, I'm ducking. And now I got to watch a ball that's hard as fuck coming at me at 90 plus, and I got to figure out where it was. Like that's insane. And so I will say, I respect the difficulty of the job, and there is no way you're going to please everybody as an umpire.
Hell no.
But I also believe that that Angel Hernandez's eyes are like Drew Brees' throwing arm. They retired about 5 years before he did.
This is true.
Facts.
Here's the thing. There are few umpires. There are few umpires in the game that have drawn the attention that Angel Hernandez has. And in the discussion, in the aftermath of Angel Hernandez's retirement, when everybody was posting comments online, I happened to interact with another umpire.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember
this
this
conversation.
conversation.
My focus, because Angel Hernandez is retired. He's not my problem anymore, but Tim Scheida became my fucking problem. And we're going to talk about this dickhead today. So when Talking Baseball posted that Angel Hernandez had retired, I did what any comedian would do, and I posted a joke. And I said that rumor has it, Angel Hernandez actually submitted the paperwork to retire at the end of last season. The MLB processed the paperwork and kept trying to notify him that he was good to retire, but he of course kept missing the phone call. Tim Scheida commented that I needed to take my amateur attempt at comedy and basically shove it up my ass. Now, Tim Scheida, Tim Scheida, to his credit, is one of the few people that can actually offer criticism of my comment because he was an umpire in Major League Baseball for 30 years. Some of you older baseball fans might remember him. One of his more famous calls was in 1987 when he kicked out I believe it was a Twins pitcher because he had an emery board in his pocket. Apparently,
an emery board like you used to file your nails down.
Yeah, because he had one of those in his pocket. It is apparent that apparently after that incident, that emery board got shoved up his ass because he was an asshole for the next 30 fucking years.
I'm gonna say seven is on some assholes today, man.
I'm telling you, right in the kisser, man.
Here's the thing, Tim Scheida. I will admit that the job is difficult, and I can't begin to fathom, as an armchair sportscaster, at the difficulty of the job that MLB umpires have. But here's what I can say. As a fan of the sport is meant to entertain me. And I am not entertained by assholes taking the game into their own fucking hand or not applying themselves and making the right call. The average for an MLB umpire last season was about 93% accuracy, which is pretty fucking stunning when you think about the
Considering what they do.
500 pitches that they see in a fucking game.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking impressive. Angel Hernandez pretty consistently ran around 85%. So this is somebody that's more that's decimal points below his peers. He also routinely refused criticism and at one point sued the league for racism because they were critiquing his performance. Now, last season and his work this season, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because he was dealing with a horrible back issue, and it's probably why he retired. Because when you got to stand hunched over the back of a fucking plate like that multiple times a season, you know, about every 4 games with that crew, you're the one standing behind the fucking plate. That's going to wear on you.
You should have got a back brace.
I mean, like it's fucking hard. Like it's painful. But Tim Shida, you're retired. I extended an olive branch for you to come on this fucking show and educate us legitimately. Any of us, yes, Derpy, I am just miserable. That's an accurate assessment. Okay. And educate us on the experience of being an umpire because I understand it's difficult. And instead, you just called me a dick. So, Tim Shida, you can go fuck yourself. Also, as far as baseball news is concerned, for actual baseball news,
that was news. Everybody's an asshole or something within their ass.
Yep.
But the New York Yankees and the New York Yankees, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Philadelphia Phillies are 3 of the best teams in baseball right now. But
you got me with the Brewers.
Man, that shocked me. But I'm still trying to understand why and Aaron Judge has been on a home run tear. I think he's already at 21 home runs this season. Why is the MLB using juice balls for Aaron Judge again? It's clear that it's happening. Dude was hitting bombs in San Francisco. Like I'm talking like 480 feet nukes at sea level by the bay with sea winds. Obviously you're right by the bay. That shit's going to come in some.
Yeah.
Not going to tell me that shit's not juiced. Either the balls are juiced or Aaron Judge is juiced. And honestly, if it was Judge, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Nope.
But the league has already in the past helped the Yankees with juice balls, especially where Aaron Judge is concerned. And you're going to tell me that we're just going to do that shit again? Are we covering for the multiple, the influx of injuries early this season with both pitchers and people, and pitchers and fielders? Is that what are we distracting from here? Because are we distracting from some of the substandard umpire calling? Are we distracting from the fact that we have a team in the Chicago White Sox that is tracking to be one of the worst teams in the history of baseball? What are we distracting from? Why are we doing it? Because quite honestly, nobody gives a fuck about the Yankees. There's too many interesting things going on around baseball for it to just be about the Yankees. The Dodgers are still putting it down. Yes, they have a stacked roster, but they don't need juice balls to do it.
No. You forgot about the Guardians, too. The Guardians are playing really good, too.
Cleveland is probably the 4th best team in baseball right now.
I keep forgetting they changed names. My God.
It is a horrible fucking name change, too.
Yeah.
Like,
this is just as bad as the damn Commanders.
Yep.
So,
record-wise, the Guardians are actually, by win percentage, they are the 3rd best team in the league right now because they have a point.
What are they ahead? Is it Milwaukee that they're ahead of? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because they have the Yankees are at 6.689. Yankees are at 6.89, and then the Indians are at 6.61.
So is it the Phillies, the Yankees, and then
I said the Yankees twice? Yeah, Phillies and Yankees, and then the Indians. The Guardians.
The Guardians. Yeah, the Guardians have had a nice turnaround from what we got last season. And what's crazy is that's a hard division because the Twins and the Royals are both playing some of the best baseball we've seen out of either of those teams. All 3 of those teams are giving us best baseball we've seen out of them in the last decade.
And the Tigers being only 10 games back too, they could change it up as well.
The Tigers are going to start a fire sale soon. They split the series against Boston. They struggled against some of Boston's mediocre pitchers. Yeah, they shelled a couple of guys that haven't had much of a problem on Boston's roster, but there is no consistency in Detroit. Javi Baez is probably going to get traded at some point, either this season or next season, and they're going to have to refocus because that team is not putting out anywhere near what you would expect. And what's frustrating is to put this in it like similar to football perspectives. This is like being in the AFC South and struggling to be competitive in the division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's truly where that's where Detroit the Detroit Tigers are at right now, because the AL Central is not a super competitive division. The Royals are fighting over where their next stadium is going to be. That team is distracted right now, and they are still playing some damn good baseball. And Bobby Dahlbeck and Salvador Perez both should be in top 10 should be in top 10 MVP voting right now. Mm-hmm. Stellar fucking players.
Yep.
But
who's the other guy? Witt plays for the Royals too, doesn't he? And
it's Salvador Perez and Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. is to the shortstop position right now what Derek Jeter was in the early 2000s. In late 90s, early 2000s.
That's badass.
He's solid, man.
Watch some highlights of this kid. Like in the field. I'm not even talking about at the plate. I'm talking about in the field. He is for a white kid, he moves. And that's not even like being a dick. That is just a legitimate thing. If you watch him, for a white kid, he fucking moves. And it's stellar to watch him work. And you know, the Royals invested in him because Salvi's Salvi's going to be on his way out in a few years. He's getting up there, and Whit Merrifield wasn't going to hang around. He chose to get the vaccine over staying with the Royals, which I still find fucking hilarious. He's like, I can stay in Kansas City, or I could go to Toronto and have a shot, but I got to get the shot because Toronto won't let me in without it because, Canada. But all right, yeah, I'm just going to go get the shot rather than stay in Kansas City and coast. That's how bad it was in Kansas City when he left. But yeah, he is their talent now. And fuck if he ain't carrying that team. So yeah, watch for those of you watching, if you have not seen Bobby Dahlbeck highlights, crack open a beer and sit and watch it because it's some damn good baseball. London series happens later on this week. I believe it is the Mets and the
it don't matter. It doesn't matter. It could be us.
I'm trying to see.
It could be us. We beating their ass.
It is. Hold on.
Mets and Phillies.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah,
I don't get it with this team.
Mets and Phillies. London series starts Saturday, June 8th.
I don't get it with this team.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch the Phillies a lot. What have you seen? Anything? Is there anything that stands out to you? That's because this should be on paper. This is a solid team, but you're getting ready to watch your team have a fucking fire sale. Pete Alonso is going to be in a different jersey by the first of August.
Yeah,
there's no way at this point.
So I don't understand it. It's like they're so. I don't know if it's the skipper, who's unimaginable and bringing runs over. I don't know, because you have to be able to manufacture runs at some point. You're not going to hit everything out the freaking park. The pitching hasn't been that great this season so far, and they're not manufacturing runs. They're not doing what they need to do to win games.
It's you've worked in sales, Will. You've done some sales before, and you got to be able to close. You can do everything up until the sale. John, I don't know if you've worked in sales. Ando, I know you do. You can do everything right up until the close, but if you don't close, it doesn't fucking matter.
Nope.
And
all it is a bunch of what ifs. What if I did this right? What if I did this? Yeah.
No, you're 100% right. And that's all they're doing is they are not. The Mets can't close. It's like might as well be a door on them fucking double hinges that just doesn't stop, like them old 1800 saloon doors where it's just. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
I thought you were going to go the revolutionary doors at those big old office buildings.
They won 8-7 today against the Nationals. But
it's, I mean,
win is a win. Take it when you can get it.
I'll take the win, but we ain't competing for nothing. We're 25 and 35.
Well, no, I don't think my Braves played that many games yet. Last
That's
I
not
checked,
even
they had
wild
39
card.
wins.
That's not even wild card territory, y'all.
The problem, the Braves' problem is injuries, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I just saw where Acuna went down last week. so.
I fucking love that team. Spencer Strider is one of my favorite young pitchers in the game. He and his 70s porno stash are fucking special. And watching him go down early in the year, I just kept thinking about how I almost picked him in fantasy, but the person before me picked him. No, it was. I mean, I felt bad for him. And Acuna, he's those. There are a lot of players on the Braves roster right now. The way I can describe the Braves roster is great to watch play baseball.
Yes,
the Braves are a team that even when they're losing, it's still good baseball.
They haven't really lost. They might have lost one bad game last week to the Pirates, if I ain't mistaken.
The Braves are not a team that typically, well, like, okay, with Acuna, even without Spencer Strider, because he only pitches once every 4 or 5 games. So with Acuna, defensively, the Braves are a team that you don't count out of any game. And then you factor in what they can the way that they can, as Will said, manufacture runs. It's a solid team to watch, but man,
we need what they got.
That's brutal.
We need what they got. That's what we need.
Yes.
Because right now, all we got is the expensive ass payroll. That's all we got. An expensive ass payroll that can't produce runs when you really need them to. At least not consistently.
San Diego figured it out. They had the same problem last year. San Diego's starting to actually be competitive. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're ahead of the Diamondbacks in that division right now.
Yep. They're 32 and 36 and a half game backs to the Dodgers. They are 3.5 games ahead of the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. So and that's the thing is there's so much talent on that team. I just, the loss of Acuna for the Braves,
that was big.
That was huge.
That
I
hurt.
just gotta say, I'm happy the Mariners are ahead in the AL West. That's all I gotta say.
Mariners are actually playing some good
They're
baseball.
playing some good baseball.
They're going to be a first round out team right now, unless they make some kind of a huge ad at the deadline. But every 4 or 5 games, you can watch Luis Castillo pitch, and that guy has an arm, that cannon for an arm.
Yep.
But no, we're starting to get baseball is going to start to get interesting. Warm air means the balls are flying around a lot more. Pitchers are starting to really get to the point where they can start to put that work in and go deep to games.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start seeing your bullpen guys not coming out only having to worry about pitching 1 inning instead of 3. And so you're going to start to see your bullpen guys tighten up in a lot of squads. And this is when baseball starts to get interesting. I know a lot of people don't like casuals don't like to watch baseball until after the break, which I get to a point. But this is when baseball starts to get good. This is when
right after Memorial Day is when it starts to pick up.
Yeah, that's when it really starts to pick up. That's when the heat really starts coming down.
Teams show you who they really are. So in the next month, this is going to tell you what your team's going to do for the season.
Can the Orioles catch the Yankees?
They won't catch the Yankees, but I think that the Orioles could play spoiler in the postseason. It's if the Yankees don't get hit by injury, they're the best team in the American League all the rest of the season. And as a Sox fan, that causes me physical pain to admit.
Kind of like when I agree with what Dan says.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. You want to regurgitate it because you can't believe you just said it?
Yeah, just like he says, "Hey, I got a new to Cardi B naked." You're just like, no. But no, the Yankees are just flat out playing good baseball right now. You've got Juan Soto, who's playing some of the best baseball of his career. Aaron Judge, who is also playing some of the best baseball of his career.
He started a little slow.
He did. I mean,
didn't he end the season with an injury though?
Yeah.
So I mean, it took time away from him to being able to get up to snuff. So.
Up to speed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's well, in but the benefit is that he's with the fact that he started off slow. The Yankees still have one of the best records in baseball right now, and they are now playing some of the best baseball we've seen in a while from that roster. They've had the talent, they just haven't had the execution. Well, now they're putting it on. They're putting it down.
Right.
And so unless they get hit by injury, which you don't wish on anybody,
no.
the Yankees are going to be the team to beat this year in the American League. And I expect within the next month, we're going to see the Dodgers start to really hit their stride because they've looked decent in spurts this season.
Yep.
Now you're going to see the Dodgers hit their stride, and the Dodgers are going to be the team to beat in the National League. We're going to see San Diego hit right there. We're going to see with them, the D-backs will probably start to climb out of the hole that they're in. The National League West is going to be an absolute nightmare at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And teams are going to be bunched up.
It would not surprise me if you end up seeing at least two of the 3 wild card slots for the National League come out of the West, because the D-backs and the Padres at least. I don't know. When I think about that last spot in the National League, is we're looking at third of the way spot. The Giants could claw back. The Cardinals and the Cubs won't. The Braves maybe. I think
Braves right now on the first wild card spot, right?
Yeah, but they just lost Acuna, and that's the energy of that game.
Yeah,
and I hate.
But I mean, if there's any team that can bounce back from an injury like that because of how the roster is built, it's the Braves. I mean, they may take this as a.
It's more about who they lost.
Okay.
Because normally you want to go with next man up. And I think we can all, especially sports fans.
So you're looking at it as the equivalent of like Mahomes going out for Kansas City. Well, yeah, they have the roster, but Mahomes is what makes it.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say Mahomes exactly, but yes and no. I mean, you're barking in the right direction. Kelsey, it's because it's not just about the results; it's the energy in the locker room that a guy like
and Kelsey's the guy that moves
on that team. He is a leader on that team. Kelsey is a leader on the Chiefs.
Right.
When Kelsey goes down, when Kelsey's off, the rest of the team is off. You see it in the way that the Chiefs perform. The Braves are the same way. So to that, I would say it's definitely Kelsey. It just because that's just brutal for him. So I would like to think that the Braves are going to blow it up, and as far as continuing to produce, and they are probably the top team that's not the NL West that I think they can grab a wild card slot.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, how many times have we seen them through previous seasons come through during the second half?
Yeah, the 21 season is prime example of just that. The Braves were 11 games back at one point after the All-Star break, and they won the World Series in 2021.
Yep.
Plus 11,000. It was like plus, because Dan won't let me forget it because I told him not to bet on it. But at one point, there were plus 11,000 odds to win the World Series that year.
Damn.
Dan could have bet $1,000 on that and
retired for the rest of his life.
Yeah, bought a house. In Nebraska, probably 110 grand. That's probably 2 houses in Nebraska.
A house with a shitload of
that won't get you one house in here, North Carolina. Not no more. It used to.
Pre-COVID. There is. I was shocked. There's some spots in South of North Carolina because, like, I do home insurance for work.
Okay.
And I've seen some places sneak up, like when I'm writing new people's policies in those areas, and it's like, you got that for 180 grand? Nice, good job, man. Like,
the houses we used to have here for like 180 grand. Because I was looking at buying a house pre-COVID.
Right.
Nope.
I think that stopped a lot. I think COVID
better off renting, but
people from buying houses because, like,
that shit went. Oh, the houses we used to get for 180 grand are now like 300.
Damn, that's
like a 3-bed, 3-bath. That would have been 180 grand pre-COVID.
Man, that's something's going to happen with this market sooner rather than later, and I don't think people realize it.
Oh yeah. I don't think they get it either. All right, let's go ahead and move on over. I do want to go ahead and go into the NBA Finals. Let's go ahead and get into even though he's not here, let's go ahead and get into the hardwood. Okay, First, I'm gonna go to Ando because I already see Ando's prediction down there. He's got Mavs in 6.
Mhm.
You want to say why, sir?
I think Luka and Kyrie are going to be tough to beat. Now, I was bringing this up in the conversation for the Sports Report chat that I think all of us agreed that this Celtics team, we're just waiting for him to shit the bed. I think a lot of people are like, oh, this isn't a team that's going to make a deep run into the Eastern Conference Finals. They put Miami away in 5? They put the Cavs away in 5, and then they swept the Pacers. So, that being said, are we still waiting for that shoe to drop where, oh, hey, Tatum and Brown can't perform in big games, and all of a sudden this is the Celtics team that we expected? Or is this the real Celtics team, the one that may dominate some games but play really well and close? I still think Luka and Kyrie are going to be too much for them to overcome. I am going to take the Mavericks in 6. But there is a part of me that would not be surprised if Boston flips the scripts and takes it in 6. My prediction officially is Dallas in 6. But I think those of you that are waiting for the old Boston team, we're here, we're just going to coast. This isn't your Boston. That isn't that Boston team this year. This Boston team came to play.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, because I think because Kelsey said it when she was on the podcast. I know Dan has said it. I know Seven and you will have said it that we're waiting for that Boston team, right? Hey, they're here, and all of a sudden they're going to, and they haven't, right? I think a lot of people expected in that series against Indiana being an underdog team to kind of run up and smack them in the mouth. Jaylen Brown didn't allow that to happen in game 1. Tatum didn't allow it to happen in 2 and 3. And then by that time, Indiana is completely gassed out. So I think this is a much more mature, I think this is a much more fundamentally built team with Boston than we have seen in the last couple of years in the playoffs.
Let me go to John. John, what you thinking about this? Who you picking?
Taking the Mavs in 6 too, possible 7. Like Ando said, after watching what Kyrie and Luka did to that ultimate defensive prowess that the Timberwolves had, 2 people fucking destroyed the entire 5 of the Timberwolves. 2 people. Not that soft ass Rudy and not that pussy cat. Okay? Literally. I can't stand damn one of them. Twin Towers, my ass. Never mind. I was about to make a 9/11 joke. I'm not going to do it.
Same.
The Twin Towers went down. They went fucking down. The plane hit them bitches in the mouth. Okay?
Luka was playing, and both towers just didn't
like
exist.
20 points and 7 for 13 in the first quarter, and the quarter wasn't over with is fucking insane.
Yep.
Dude, Luka.
And then Kyrie just came in and just was like, I'm gonna tear down the rest of the building.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick Dallas, but I'm gonna pick for a different reason. I mean, because Kyrie, and Luka, they're gonna be great. I think.
Yep.
I think Kyrie might have a little bit of trouble with Drew, but for the most part, I think he's gonna dominate. I think he's gonna dominate him off the dribble. Luka, you can't double team that man. If you double team that man, he's gonna find an easy out. If you try to single cover him, he's gonna get around him, get the AM1. But I'm gonna pick him for a little bit of a different reason. Have you guys noticed Lively when he comes into the game?
He's making an impact.
He's making an impact.
But the other center is too.
Gafford is doing his
Gafford. That's his name.
Well,
They are playing the same type of game.
Those big guys. He should be a
bull.
Yes, he did before he got traded to Washington and then got traded to Dallas.
Yep, he was a bull. But they're playing really well right now. You get PJ Washington and Tim Hardaway Jr. to come with you.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway been getting in the game though. I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, man.
Tim got
if he can contribute even,
he's got to give you something off the bench. He got to give you something. They got
to put him in a game though, because they haven't been. He can get his shot off the dribble. So
yeah. But I'm just thinking because of the other guys and don't get me wrong, I like White for Boston a lot. I just think Lively and Gafford gonna hold Porzingis down, and I just like that. This team, it's not that team, but it sort of kind of reminds me just a little bit of that Dirk team that won back in the day, just a smidge.
Yeah,
because of who they beat
They got that same swagger.
Yeah, the same swagger.
Yeah.
Who they beat on the way to the finals.
Yeah.
But I'm taking Dallas and says I've been going back and forth all day at work. Yeah, but Boston gonna win. I don't see it.
And that's where my head's at, because this is a different type of Boston team than we've seen, right? They haven't buckled. They've bent, but they haven't buckled. Like there's not, I don't think there's one game during this playoffs where you can be like, that's the Boston team of old right there. That's the team that's going to lose. Because in the games that they've lost to Miami and Cleveland, it was a couple shots go, and that game's different. The momentum stays with Boston. But I mean, it doesn't feel like that same old Boston team.
Seven, you got a pick in all this?
I mean, I think the clear choice is Dallas here. I'm not going to disrespect what Boston has done on their run through the East, but we also can't pretend.
They had a cakewalk also.
It's a Jordan-esque
They
cakewalk.
had a cakewalk.
It really is.
Yeah.
And now you're going to face a team that is far more rounded. And we talked about it's Blake Lively is his name, right?
Derek Lively.
Derek
Lively is married to Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, all right. Derek Lively, sorry.
And that's a good name to have on your head, by the way.
I mean, it is. But Derek Lively is was when Derek Lively was gone, they were they were still fine. He wasn't necessarily their primary center.
Yeah.
He comes back and they're even better. That's the impact that their second team, their second line center has on their game. You can't tell me a person on the second team that consistently has that type of an impact for the Celtics. Oh, hey, look. Hey,
gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Maybe Al Horford.
Will.
No, you got it. Yep, there you go.
There he is.
What up, Dan?
What's up, fellas?
What's up,
Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now.
No. To wrap it up. Yeah, it's the Mavs. But here's the thing. I will say that I could see it going the other way if it got to a game 7 because of the experience that Boston has in the final.
This is true.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, but the force of Dallas is just something I can't ignore. It's definitely Mavs. I would say again, yeah, I'm Mavs in 6.
Dan, who you got? Who you got in the NBA Finals, my friend?
Well,
You going with Dallas? You going with Boston?
Dallas Mavericks are the sensual, sexual choice for this NBA championship, aren't they? They're the super sexual choice for this fucking finals.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they are. Let's be honest. There's more. Hey, if it's just Boston in this fucking finals, what are we gonna watch? Fucking Jason Tatum's kid run around on the court afterwards? Oh, fun! Oh, that sounds like so much fun. Like, watch this kid who apparently has fucking free reign to do whatever he wants. Do whatever he wants, this kid. But no, I don't know why I'm mad at Jason Tatum's kid. But no, I gotta take Boston, man. I think they're the more. Yes, they had a fucking cakewalk. All right. Yes, they had a cakewalk. Okay, but they also made it look like a cakewalk. All right, like they made it look like a cakewalk. They're well oiled. I think the NBA doesn't want Kyrie Irving to win another title. If I'm gonna be a conspiracy guy and raise my hands,
I understand.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
They don't want Kyrie to have shit, but they can't stop it.
Wait a second, guys. John, a free thinker winning an NBA title, that doesn't seem like that's really good for the numbers, does it? No, it doesn't seem like it's good for the numbers. I mean, for real though. Like, you guys understand. Like, I think that they want the Celtics because the Celtics are the non-sexy choice. Like, that's like the right. But like, I mean, dude, it's gonna be so good though. All right, it's gonna be so good.
It is.
Why are teams still blitzing Luka Doncic? Why are you running? Why are you?
He gonna drive right past you.
Yep.
And
Why
they pick and rolling, and them alley oops that they're throwing between Gafford and Lively, that shit becomes
Yep.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Fun
Yeah.
to watch.
They're jumping him on They're jumping him on the pick and roll, and Luka makes the fucking right decision every
time.
single time.
Every fucking time.
Single
Yep.
time. He is
Yep.
fucking 106 for 106. What the fuck ever. He always makes the right choice, dude. Always makes the right choice, and he's grilling people. He's grilling people because of it, and they still continue to do it. It's some kind of weird, like, I don't know if they think they're gonna pressure. They think they can speed him up for some reason, and he still doesn't speed up. If you're not, there's no, because I don't think
Nope.
he can.
He plays the game at his own pace. Like,
Yeah.
you
Right.
can't speed him up or slow him down. He plays
Yep.
it at his own
Yep.
pace.
He knows that you have to come through him on the dribble to get. You have to foul him to get to his dribble, right? So just keep his dribble alive the whole time, and he's good. And he makes the right. He makes pocket passes. He makes out his oops are obviously at this point. He's one of the. I mean, he's one of the best alley oopers
Yeah.
in the history of the NBA at this point. But like,
And Kyrie is doing the same exact
Kyrie-
thing. He's
Yep.
throwing the oop.
Yep. Kyrie's always been one of those dudes who can just fucking, he'll just lay it just right behind his head and shit, and like it's just perfect. And you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, yeah.
That guy's so stupid talented, it's ridiculous. Like they just have like the most high end talent. They're the sexy fucking choice, and I have to go with Boston because that's like literally I don't think it can be that perfect. Like, do I want Dallas to win? Yes, I'm all about the sexy fucking choice. All right, I'm all about the sexy choice. But like, I want Dallas to win, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think the NBA allows that sexy of a choice. Like it's like when Trish Stratus got up there. Will, you know what I'm saying? Like Trish Stratus, they were like, can't let Trish have that title just now. Can't have her.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta keep this drug out for a little bit. We gotta have a fucking Luka and Kyrie fucking reunion. Let's run it back. Let's get the title they missed out on, that kind of thing. Like, I think they love that story more than they like, Jason Tatum and the Celtics dominate the NBA. No.
Right.
No.
Two,
But
does Boston get out coached?
They could.
Jason Kidd knows what the fuck he's doing.
I don't think it's coaching that gets Boston over the top. It's got to be the play on the court.
Yeah. I think
absolutely.
I think at this point it's play on the court.
But it's just part of the game.
Yeah.
And let's just for the factual part of it, Joe Mazzulla likes to beat his wife up. Just for facts. Just for the facts of it. Let's not start putting Joe Mazzulla on some like pedestal where he doesn't beat up his wife. All right. I mean, that guy beat up his wife. Let's be like, that's just.
I have to know who you're talking about to start thinking that they beat up his wife. I mean, the name. Yeah, I know.
He don't look like he can beat up a damn fly, but
He does not. Those are usually the guys that beat up the women there, John.
Yeah.
He looked like he got stuffed in his locker in high school, if I'm being honest.
He did.
That's why he beats up his wife, because he got beat up in high school.
He might.
That might be true.
He got to get revenge.
Props and NBA
Revenge of the nerds.
Revenge of the nerds.
Props and NBA coaches. They got a little bit of animosity build up, man.
Revenge of the nerds, boy.
A little bit of anti-masculine animosity.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So Dan, can I ask? Because I asked Seven and Will this. Are you surprised at this point that Boston just hasn't shit the bed yet, or is this kind of be expected because it's a different Boston team?
I don't know, man. Like they don't shit the bed though. That's the weirdest thing.
They
Like
don't.
they really don't, but at the same time, like they do. They do
Yeah.
for some like. It's so weird because it seems like they're so consistent because they're here every year. Are they not?
Yeah.
They're here every fucking year.
They're here.
We're talking about how Boston's going to win a title and all this shit, and then they do end up shitting the bed, I guess. But it's like, they do it in such a like, not shit. Like they just shard a little bit, you know. You know what I'm saying?
They're just so hard to trust.
Exactly.
If you're gonna put an NFL equivalent to them, they're the 49ers.
Yeah,
it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a good comparison.
Because I mean, at some point, I think everybody on the panel at some point was like, "Oh, this is the series that Boston is going to somehow shit the bed," and then it's no, they made it one game, but that's, I mean, it's just for me, the way that I look at it is, we keep waiting for Boston to collapse. When is it going to happen? So,
It is so weird because like they're one of the most. If you look at them down the line, they're one of the most consistent teams like
they are
ever. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing, and it's like just
now watch. They're gonna get bitch slapped by Luka and losing 4 games.
Not in the dude. If
They do that shit, man. I'm not watching basketball
If
for a long
Luka-
time.
If Luka and Kyrie, if they
I'm not,
sweep
man.
John, you're not watching it. You're done. You're like, I'm no.
I'm
no.
done.
Not watching
Hell
it.
no.
Done.
This is
We're
bullshit.
done,
You
Daniel.
don't,
That's
think
a I
could-
told you so moment.
you don't think
Yeah.
I could just you don't
You
think I
talking
could just
about
be like
shit
a
in the
random,
bed. You shit on yourself.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a real that's a,
Oh, yeah.
that's,
Oh,
a,
yeah.
that's a somebody saran wraps you to the bed and you shit in it. Like that's
I'm
that kind of
telling you.
like
All right.
yeah.
So everybody here, with the exception of Dan, is going with Dallas. And Dan's
Mhm.
going
I think
with
so.
Boston.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go Boston because it makes no sense.
Okay. Now
You
let
know
me
what I'm
ask
saying?
you guys
He'd be the anarchy in the arena right there.
this.
It
Yeah,
makes
the
no
anarchy
sense.
in the arena.
Love it.
All right, let me ask you guys another question about basketball. Then we'll move on over to football and my Stephen A. Smith rant.
Woo.
Very quickly, if you're the Timberwolves, are you running it back with that same team?
You can't.
You've got to
I
make
don't
some kind of change.
I
Yeah.
don't think you can. I don't think you can. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there, but go ahead, guys. Or, yeah.
I mean, who do you
get rid of?
get rid of?
Rudy?
You think
Thank
Rudy-
you.
I don't know. I think you
Mhm.
can make the argument that Cat needs to go because 8 years he's only had four All-Star
Thank you,
appearances,
Ando.
You could get a lot.
and I mean, dude, and
You
he's,
could get a
he's-
good pick for him.
you could,
Mhm.
and there's,
could.
I
You
mean,
can't get shit for Rudy.
so, yeah, because I
No.
mean, Rudy's just a
You ain't getting
defensive
shit for
nobody-
no punks.
Ain't nobody taking that contract.
ain't nobody-
taking.
and the Timberwolves aren't going to get rid of Ant, not with the way that he showed up during this
Oh,
playoffs.
no.
So,
Never.
Hell no.
He's
Hannah
a face.
Mason.
Hell no.
Yeah,
And
I
a
mean,
You get rid of
the
Ant,
only-
you might as well scrap the whole roster.
Yep.
I mean, at this point right now, the only logical player from my seat that looks like it is going to be Cat. Cat's the only person that
You
you
get a
can
lot for
move and
Cat.
get a
You
haul
get
back.
You can get a
Mhm.
King's Hall for Cat.
Did you guys hear that Rudy Gobert did a 23andMe and he's actually 25% redwood tree? Did you guys hear about that? He's actually a fucking tree. Like he does
Oh my gosh.
absolutely nothing sometimes.
You look like Groot for real.
He does nothing. Like, I'm
You look like Groot for
I'm
real.
Rudy.
With the long face, and a long. He looked
He
like Groot for
should have
real.
never got Defensive Player of the Year
Bro.
over Wembanyama.
Yeah, I agree.
This mofo averaged a whole block and some change more,
To
It
a
don't make
tree.
no sense.
and they gave it to Groot. Like
I'm not even
That's what it is, Groot. That's what it is.
almost-
That's what it is.
Almost as egregious as Jokic winning another MVP. I'm just gonna say
You know
real
what?
quick.
No, and y'all know I love Jokic. That's my favorite player, but he shouldn't have won that shit.
Will, we talked about this. You
He
can't.
shouldn't have won that shit.
Could you have given it to Jokic? Yes.
You
Do they
could've.
ever do that? No.
Yeah,
I
They
don't have a
don't.
problem with it.
yeah. I love Joker. I love Joker. I
The
do.
statistics spoke for themselves.
John, you're right.
I love Joker. I do. But
I
it
get it.
It should have went to your boy. It should have went to your boy in OKC.
John, you're right.
I
though. Like,
understand that. I understand that.
statistically, you're fucking right. There's no way they can't.
Yeah.
Get to him, right? I think that's what they looked at. But at the same time, like, bro, there are years where Michael Jordan should have won fucking 6 straight MVPs. Okay.
Mhm.
There are years where LeBron James should have won 6 straight MVPs.
Yeah.
There
True
are years,
statement.
and they don't ever do it because they're like, oh, we can't give it to him every year. Well, apparently you fucking can give it to him every year because that's what you just did.
Yep.
The
But you're
second year
just
Steve
doing
Nash
it.
won it. Second year Steve Nash won his MVP. You should have given it to Kobe or LeBron.
Well, they're not giving him fucking.
No,
they're not,
Shaq should have got it. Shaq could have got it.
Shaq should have got
He
it.
was getting 30 and
For that
15.
year?
Like, yo.
What, in 2006?
But the Suns just happened to have the best record.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they looked at and gave it to Steve Nash.
Yep.
Because
nobody's
Kobe could have got it the first time too.
Nobody's going to sit here and say that Nikola Jokic, I think if you take him off, he's obviously a huge piece, okay, to the Nuggets. I get it. I understand that. They're going to be way worse without Jokic. Obviously, he's a fucking stud. I'm not trying to take anything away from Nikola Jokic. Right? What I'm saying is like, dude, you just can't, like, they don't do that. They don't give it to fucking guys 4 straight years in a row. They don't do it. It's like they need to move off of it. So be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
I
What are
agree.
you doing?
I agree.
Is that 2 or 3 in a row now for Joker?
3.
That's
Three
3 in a
times.
row.
Jumping.
No,
Street
last
food.
year he didn't get it, and then he got it the previous 2 years.
Got it. Embiid got it the year before.
Embiid got it, and
got it the year
then
before.
Jokic
How many
got
does
it this
Giannis
year.
have? Giannis has at least one, right?
He has
Yeah, I
one.
think
Yes,
he
he
has
got one.
one.
They tried to give it to fucking Jokic last year as hard as they goddamn could, by the way. He finished fucking second real close. This wasn't a really close race. And like, so they tried to fucking give it to him again. And like, god damn, they had to give it to Embiid because like Embiid just showed out the last,
last couple weeks of the season.
Yeah. And it's crazy because Jokic don't even give a shit if he won it or not. He fucking was sweet. Like,
he wants to go back.
He didn't care.
I
He want to go back and ride a horse.
He wants to go back, drink some vodka, ride a fucking mini horse, right? Just be Nicole.
He looks like the type of guy. Yeah, that dude looks like he rides a jackass or something. Like, I'm going to put this on my shelf in my barn. Okay, donkey, let's go.
It also shows you a lot about his demeanor though too. Like about Jokic's demeanor, I love it though too because like that guy had some crazier shit going on in his life than some sport. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like there was some crazier shit going on in Nikola Jokic's life before that, like than some sport that he was just like playing and happened to be good at. Like that's how I feel like it is with him. Like he's like there's some crazy. His brothers are fucking connected through the fucking Russian mob and shit. They're all like
they look like it.
They do.
Yeah, and then the fucking you had the brother.
Go ahead. I will kill someone later. I put the ball in basket now.
The Morris brothers, dude. The Morris brothers were talking a bunch of shit. And those guys, his brothers ended up fucking showing up at the next game, and the Morris brothers weren't talking a whole lot of shit after that because these motherfuckers showed up. They're like, "Hey, we're right here. We're right here." Like they were gonna come get some. Like it was like
that's some smoke they don't want.
No,
dude, and the Morris brothers are like 6'7", 6'8", dude. They be backing down.
The only guys the Morris brothers are going to back down to are those two guys. Like the only Russian mob guys are the only guys that the Morris brothers like need to back down.
All right, gang. I do want to go ahead and get into a little bit of NFL news. So we're going to go ahead and finish up with the huddle. Very quickly, I do want to say rest in peace. Cowboys legend, the Hall of Famer Larry Allen passed away today at age 52.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
Cowboys?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Rest in peace, man. Damn.
Was it a hard
they don't know anything about it yet. I don't think so.
Yeah, they don't have a cause of death yet. Yeah.
No, he was on vacation with his family in Mexico.
No, he was a big boy, dude. He was a big boy.
No.
Like that's how big that dude's heart was.
Justin Jefferson also signs a new contract with John's Minnesota Vikings. He signs that new contract today.
Fucking penny.
Yes, he deserves it all.
I haven't heard the numbers on that yet. What are they?
He deserves
140,
it all.
110 guaranteed.
140.
3 years. Like that.
4 years.
Biggest
$140 million contract extension.
That's the biggest non-QB NFL contract.
Had to be. Figured it had to be. Hey, he's getting a new girl.
Yeah, I think you muted 7.
Justin's getting a new girl, bud.
Let me tell you. So if you're gonna give Justin Jefferson that, what you gonna give CD Lamb? What you gonna give CD Lamb?
I think Jefferson is worth more than Lamb personally.
Well, duh.
What you gonna give him? What you gonna give him though? Because now you done set the market.
Hold on. Is anybody gonna look me in the eye and with a straight fucking face actually try to justify that CD Lamb deserves Justin Jefferson money?
No.
How is that even a debate?
No, it's not. But that's not what CD's gonna think. CD's gonna think his value is up there. That's what CD's gonna think.
Yeah, that's what CD's gonna think. Clearly, he's doing crack if he thinks he's getting Justin Jefferson money.
Well,
CD knows they record the games, right? And they write the stuff down. He knows that, right? Like they record the games. Like
CD, look, here's the thing with me. And if you take CD off that Cowboys team, you have nothing at receiver. Nothing.
Yeah, you do. No, hold on.
Because what you call is gone. Gallup's gone. If you take him off that team,
who does Dak have to throw to?
Dak has no one to throw to.
Hold on.
So that's why I think CD Lamb is going to think he quote unquote deserves the same type of money as Justin Jefferson. Will he get it with Jerry's cheap ass? I don't know. But he's going to think that he deserves it because he knows he's the best receiver on that roster.
No, I'm sorry, but Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. I don't say those words a lot. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback.
Just good.
You can't tell me
6
that a guy who is who just not last season, but the season before, led the league in passing yards for what was it, 2-3 weeks after he went down for the season? I'm sorry, but CeeDee Lamb is fucking replaceable. And if you want to tell me somebody who will very quickly replace you, it's Jerry fucking Jones.
Yep.
This is true.
So
if he can't pay you, he'll replace you.
You're going to pay CeeDee Lamb after how he's been going.
If he can't pay you, he'll replace you.
He paid Dak though.
He paid Dak and Zeke.
Yep.
Yeah.
He gave CD some money, and CD didn't do shit with it.
Do you think it's crazy to just go? Do you think it's crazy to go just button those numbers down to 110 total for CeeDee Lamb and 80 guaranteed? And I feel like
For
that's
5 years. Yeah, I'll do that.
80, maybe 90. Yeah.
They'll get
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
He's going to get
Yeah.
overpaid, right? But like if you just
Yeah,
drop
yeah,
it
yeah,
down
yeah.
30, drop
I
it
would
down
do-
30 to the 110 total, and then go like 70 guaranteed. I feel like that's
I could go.
Right.
I could
Yeah,
go
yeah,
80
yeah,
mil
yeah.
guaranteed, 100 total. I could go that over
Yeah.
5 years.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
like CeeDee Lamb, by the way. I love CeeDee Lamb actually.
His talent is amazing.
Hell yeah.
And bro's
I
got
think he
fucking-
has more touchdowns than Jefferson, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Dude, the
But
guy's
clutchability,
yeah.
catching ratio.
I just
no.
I think Jefferson just brings more of a spark. I mean,
Yeah,
look at who
absolutely.
Jefferson had to look at who Jefferson was getting the ball thrown from last year. Dobbs, Cousins. I mean, if you make those numbers with those piece of shit quarterbacks that you have while Dak is throwing to CeeDee Lamb, I think you make the argument that if you get him even a competent quarterback, Jefferson would have had better numbers.
Fact.
I mean, he broke 1,000 yards and got hurt after what, 11, 12 games, something like that. Maybe 11.
6, but like he got there quick.
I think he at least got 10 games in.
Got out there quick. And
All right.
Here's what I love about CeeDee Lamb though, for real, is that every game I watch of CeeDee Lamb's, that dude is not afraid to go over the middle. And I understand it's a different game. Like, yeah, there's a targeting thing and there's all this stuff, but like you still gotta be a fucking ballsy motherfucker to go over the middle in the NFL, dude. Like
He's not afraid to take a hit.
You really
He is
do, 'cause
not
you
afraid
gonna
to take a hit.
You're gonna
The
get
dude-
hit.
The way the dude is built, he's not afraid to take a
I
hit
give
because
him
he's going to get back up.
some credit for
He
that.
kind of looked
You know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
scarecrow, so he should.
Yeah.
He does.
Come on.
All
Not
right.
as much as
one-
Tom Petty, John. Look at a picture of Tom Petty. With a scarecrow.
All right, one more thing, real quick. I want to say about NFL football, and then we'll go ahead and get to my Stephen A. Smith rant. Get the hell out.
I don't know. I may want to hear this rant. I may say fuck the rest of the NFL news. I want to hear this rant, bro. I know how you feel about Stephen A.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just racking my brain over what he's mad about.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it real quick. You got Stephen A. Smith out here apologizing to Kyrie Irving, but you need to apologize to more than just Kyrie Irving. Go back and look at who you put down and talk trash about since you've been on the air and on your platform. Carmelo Anthony deserves an apology.
Does he though, Will?
He deserves an apology. Carmelo deserves an apology. AI deserves an apology. He does it now, but he didn't do it then.
Shohei
deserves an apology. You got all these people that Stephen A. Smith has come after over the years. Kwame Brown.
Well, Will, but
Hell no.
he's saying exactly because he's
Wait.
I'm with you.
I draw the line at Kwame.
Yeah.
I draw the line.
Come on now.
I draw the line at that sorry ass sack
Hold
of
on.
shit.
Kwame Brown.
Hear me out though. I think, and Rasha Nesterovich.
Rasho Nesterovich.
Yeah. But if you go back and look at the guys he put down, that was not, and his criticism was not about basketball.
Okay.
That stuff with Shohei wasn't about basketball. It wasn't about baseball. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It wasn't about baseball. And you want to go give Kyrie an apology publicly, but you have so many other people who you need to apologize to.
But Will, saying that Kyrie redeemed himself in his mind, I think is what it is. I think that Kyrie has redeemed himself in Stephen A. Smith's mind, right? Like, so that's why he's coming back and he's saying, hey, I fucked up. You know, maybe I said you were kind of a quitter. You had a lot of quit in you. All right. No, I've never said that about Kyrie Irving, dude. Kyrie Irving's hit some of the biggest shots in the fucking history of the NBA. Dude, like that guy's
the main reason why they beat Golden State.
I love
Kwame Brown.
I love Kyrie.
The only reason why I say Kwame, the only reason why I say Kwame is because when you look at it, particularly his early Washington years, he was still a kid, basically. He was what, 19, 20? Something like
He
that.
was drafted out of high school, so he
Yeah,
was
drafted, yeah, it's 19,
And
20.
you know what?
Like
So was Dwight Howard.
Yeah, so was LeBron James. So was
But those guys had a chance to develop under guys who took them under their wing. Nobody took Kwame
He
Brown.
ended up going to the Lakers and still shit the bed.
Who took Kwame Brown under their wing? Kobe was terrible. Kobe was terrible to him. I don't blame him.
Because his work ethic was terrible.
Who did Kwame Brown get drafted by?
The Wizards.
The Wizards.
Who was playing for the Wizards at the time?
Michael.
The great Michael
Jeffrey
Jordan.
MJ.
MJ took him under his wing. He didn't have the work ethic.
No, Ando. Mike did not take.
No,
Mike
you're right. You're right.
All Michael did was criticize him.
Mike's 10 years deep in a fucking Scotch addiction and fucking smoking 10 fucking smokes.
And selling ballpark hot dogs. God damn it.
About Kwame Brown.
Dan, you can't be saying shit like this because then I got to agree with you, and this show
I
is
know,
based
and
off
you
of
say-
me disagreeing with you. All right?
But my whole point is about Stephen A. My whole point is you have so many other people who you need to apologize to, other than just Kyrie Irving.
He's not going to. It's Stephen.
He's not going to.
If they redeem themselves, though.
No, but here's the thing. Kyrie didn't redeem shit. Nobody has ever questioned Kyrie's ability on the court. Kyrie's problem has always been being a fuckhead off the court. That hasn't changed. We're just not getting it as the news anymore. I'm sorry.
We're looking at it through the
Why
prism.
apologizing to Kyrie in the first place?
We're looking at it through the prism of Kyrie's fucking like we're looking at it through the prism of Kyrie's fucking outlook on this. Do you know what I'm saying? So like yes, nobody's ever doubted Kyrie as a fucking baller. Like nobody's ever doubted.
No one ever has.
But Stephen A. did. Stephen A. did. You know what I'm saying? So like they
and if you look at it, he's also kind of twisting things to Kawhi Leonard's preview now.
Unreliable.
So I'm just saying he goes after people. But when people come after him, like when Draymond made those comments a couple of days ago, now Draymond ended up apologizing. First of all, I wouldn't apologize for shit because when you apologize, that's when. Yeah, exactly.
What good is Draymond Green's apology?
Nothing.
About as good as his chokeholds.
Exactly. Rudy know that.
Hey,
Rudy knows that.
Or about as good as left jab, which is actually not
But the thing about it, guys, is the fact when you come after him, well, you ain't calling me first. You got my number. You can call me. You got my number. You can call me. You can we can talk about it.
I will put Stephen A. Smith's number next to Skip Bayless's number in the trash can. I'm not going to call you guys.
Well, Draymond as a fucking analyst though, I like him.
I mean, he'd be interesting.
I can't not like him.
You're not wrong.
I think he'd have to be one of those guys that
right.
will not be on cable TV because he's going to drop 2 or 3 F-bombs. Yeah, I fucking hated that guy when I played with him. Fucking mean guy in the middle of the paint.
We need to get him and Rudy on the same broadcast. There we go.
Yeah.
Those are the best analysts.
There you go. Get him and Rudy on the same broadcast.
I'll get my life. I'll pour my whiskey and I'll be great. You hear me?
Here's how we're gonna solve it. For the Rudy and Draymond, the Rudy and Draymond feud. We're gonna solve it in a way that I think everybody can agree will truly bring us closure and entertainment. And that is that we are going to watch them fight it out on Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's done and it's over. Nobody
That's how it was settled back in the day.
Or because they had to push back the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, let them open the matchup. Let them open it up.
Or we can put them on screen with the Connect.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you say Rudy? Did you say Rudy and Draymond?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, we know that Draymond only has teeth
an advantage in that one. I don't think that's
how about Genie Bus and Draymond?
Oh damn! Oh damn!
And Jeannie Buss's fucking secret move is her vagina. It's just like it comes out and it's like fucking swallows everybody.
Is it like that episode of South Park where Hillary Clinton's snatch is a like a bomb? Is that what we're going with this?
Basically.
Damn.
She's a succubus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of like Lilith from Darkstalkers. All right, guys, let's
Jeannie
go
Buss.
ahead. All right, let's go ahead and finish things up for the night. What we got going on this week? 7, I'll start with you.
I'm getting ready to move.
Woo!
Less than 3 weeks out now from moving to Kansas and
Being
living
closer to the boys in the heartland.
just closer to the boys. I'm gonna have to file a restraining order against Ando to keep him from coming over to my house.
Oh fuck, man! Why
For
me?
sure.
Why me?
I'm gonna
If
have
anything,
to
you should be
buy-
inviting me over because then we can have those chief parties, man.
I'm gonna have to buy an excessive amount of drugs to get Dan to my house.
That's just fucked up, man. I hate you, Seven.
I'll let him
Listen, Will, you're instigating, Will. Fuck
Let
you,
him
Will.
talk that
I never
shit.
say that, but fuck you, Will.
I ain't do nothing.
Man,
You
just-
instigating. You laughing. You instigating.
I ain't do nothing. I'm just saying.
I like my
Terrible.
my weed. All right.
Y'all know. Y'all know.
John,
I'm terrible.
John, you and I are gonna hang out, right? You and I
Yeah,
hang
That's
out.
cool. And
All right.
then we can go
Yeah.
to a Comic Con and stuff,
Fuck
man.
you, Seven. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Seven.
Y'all know I'm terrible. Come on.
And we're getting to hang out with John is reverse affirmative action. Like family benefit him.
Like John's doing Ando a little bit of a favor. Let's be honest. Let's be honest how it is.
Like he's
I'm
calling.
not welcome.
Can I get
I'm not
credit?
welcome in the black community, man. All right, that's 3 steps away
No.
from being invited to the barbecue and being called the N-word. Okay, let's
That's not
go.
what we're saying.
John-
Reverse
John's gonna call
affirmative.
me and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna hang out with
Oh
you.
shit!
You're not gonna give me credit for one." Like I know I'm not gonna touch John Cena's record, but at least give me credit for one.
Yo, I'm as white as possible.
Sorry,
I
Bar.
need
They
as much
should have let him
credit as I
break
can
Ric
get.
Flair's record, but okay.
Woo!
But no, just
Oh man,
get
they're
ready
gonna
to
leave, they gonna leave that for Charlotte.
Hey,
They gonna
do
leave
you
that
guys
for
want
Charlotte when
to?
she
You guys
come
want to
back.
hear a bad dad joke?
Oh hell!
Where is a cat's favorite place to live?
Hmm.
A Meowica.
Oh god damn it!
That was bad.
You know
Get the
what?
fuck out of here.
I like
Okay,
it.
That was fucking awful.
that was fucking awful, but it was great.
Way better than my joke last week, man.
I
Oh, go back, Dan.
really quick. I'm gonna finish off with this. Today is 20 years from when I was at a point where I was ready to take my own life, and I decided instead to get help. For any of you that come across this video, I want you to understand there's one thing I've learned in the last 20 years is that taking care of your mental health is super fucking important. And the people that say it's not are the very people you shouldn't be around. It doesn't matter if you're related to them or not. Take care of your fucking mental health.
Yes, sir.
Fucking lutely.
Hell yeah.
It's not a weakness to have to step inside of a therapist office or talk to a psychiatrist
Nope.
about getting medication.
Not at
Get
all.
tools to help yourself. Get fucking help. It's okay.
Yeah.
It was the best decision I ever made.
There we go.
And take care of your mental health, please.
There we go. Words to live by. Ando, what you got?
You know what? I am slowly getting my Twitch setup back together. I did do a couple 2-hour broadcasts for Twitch, so you can catch me on Twitch, Twitch TV /Ando3818. I am looking to get a permanent schedule going on. Working around work obviously makes it hard. And then, yeah, definitely Saturday. Looking forward to the Geek Gauntlet podcast with your boy Will Morgan up there. And then I'll be back next week for the Sports Reports podcast.
Follow us on TikTok. We got 2,100 followers right now. Can be a part at the Geek Gauntlet podcast on TikTok. John, what you got going on this week, my friend?
Piggyback off what Seven said. I was just there last year, so I get it.
Right here, man.
I don't talk to my therapist every week, but I still see her every month.
Yeah.
Get some motherfucking help.
Yes.
Agreed.
So,
yes,
got a birthday coming up.
Me too.
Happy early birthday, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
What you want for your birthday? I can't get you a stripper, but what you want for your birthday?
Some whiskey.
Yeah.
I'll get you some whiskers.
I second that.
Other than that, I got a concert I'm playing it in a couple weeks. So that's about it.
Let's go.
All right. All right, you guys. If there is nothing else, I want to say thank you to everybody in the TV land for joining us. We do appreciate it. And we'll be back again next week for the Sports Report podcast. Everybody have a good week. Hopefully, we'll have some more joining us next week. We don't know, but we might. So hopefully, we'll have her back. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you for following us. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week.
Mm-hmm.
Only to
real
listen
quick.
to her talk about James Harden.
Oh, real quick. Fuck Rob Manfred.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
fuck
fuck
Rob
Rob
Manfred.
Manfred.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Rob Manfred.
Fuck him.
FRM.
Fuck him up against the wall.
FRM. Best over,
One
Rob.
time